So has the plot been found? I think so.
Yes.
Let's try this nonsense out.
We've discovered that, I mean, we've sort of had inklings of it, but Boss has always wanted to prove himself. And, you know, now that our crew has been acquiring new talents and occupations and stuff, he wants to prove that he's heroic as well. And so goes off into a very secret region that Empel and Lila have been searching for this entire time. Happens to be the location of the gate to the underworld. And Boss just so happens to have run into it. So we have to find and rescue him. But then we've also discovered that, lo and behold, like we've always surmised, Lila isn't human, and she is from the underworld. And that the underworld actually used to be a really beautiful place until the Felucia came. Well, actually, the Felucia existed peacefully, but I wonder what spurred them. Maybe it was the use of the alchemy in order to create the portals to go there by humankind, or what was going on?
Well, she said separately, not peacefully.
They lived separately, but I wonder what brought them together then. And what made their peaceful existence otherwise.
Anyway, I'm gonna roll random dungeons for a bit. Seeing as we just unlocked these, it seems like it's, for the most part, not going to be something that I deal with. Not unless I need to. This does mean I can farm without leaving the atelier between sessions. Which is very important, because I would like to farm and grind without having to, Oh, I'm gonna be slow today. Means I can farm and grind without triggering cutscenes that I clearly can't, well, I mean, I could record off stream, but I don't want to.
Wait, so you did give yourself resources?
No.
Okay.
No. So, I was looking into seeing if there's a way that I...
Are these gold poonies?
Yep, they're gold poonies, which is actually something... That's why I came here. Because we need gold poonie gel from something. Or for something.
Mm-hmm. It begs the question of whether they're just blobs of the material that they're comprised of made sentient. Or sapient? No, sentient.
What does sapient actually mean?
It means on a human level
Ah.
of intelligence. Sapiens, Homo sapiens.
So only all DPS? Frontliner DPS. We don't need support. We don't need anything.
Those are pretty glowing little pit. Oh! There she's going on with most plants are actually edible.
Oh, that's where we can
All
go.
of her tips are pertaining to whether or not something is
Speaking
potentially a nutritional source.
I think we can have her write... Oh,
you can put things up there?
well, sort of. This is kind of mean.
It's blocking you off. Okay.
Yeah. Well, not much I can do with that. I mean, we
In
did
real
get...
life, we would have been able to skirt around the pillar.
Yeah. Not this time around. Let's see, I need healing chips for that. Boy, I need stuff. What's the bomb rod need? Holy Arbor Branch. And a bomb. I guess I'm just gonna let that go. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was an easy way for me to, like, supercraft a bunch of, like, wood early on. And now that we can go to the random dungeons, that actually is exactly what I need. Let's see. Need more mixing oil. Hopefully we get the ability to make, like, 2 times as much at some point. Just so I don't spend forever just constantly making base items here. Because originally it wasn't so bad. Mainly just because, like... No.
I want to try it.
Okay, fine. Just my dinner.
He's been getting this soy-based milkshake creamy...
Soylent.
Yep.
It's
chocolate flavored.
It's not necessarily the best, and it's effectively just a calorie drink.
I thought the point of this was that it was supposed to replace a meal.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's just calories with some extra vitamins and minerals and whatnot. Which is...
I suppose we really only had a very, very, very late lunch today. You may have had more.
Oh.
Oh, Atelier decoration materials. You have now more decoration choices. Yep. Ooh. I want to change the interior and the exterior. Let's see what this becomes.
A desk, remodel hideout.
Oh no, we are not having a basket.
We live in a big basket house.
No, table remains the same.
Okay, I can change the wall at least.
Okay, yeah, I like the wooden walls.
This actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
can we change the outside?
I believe so.
This?
Yeah. What?
It looks floofy. Nope.
No, I don't like the hay. I like the shingles.
The shingles look kind of...
It looks like...
cartoony crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. What else was I going to do? Because we have a couple of things that we have access to. Illustration bottle. Oh, right. We need to go back to the... We need to go up to the Maple Delta for a bit.
Check new regions, or...
I need mushrooms. I'm trying to remember where said mushrooms are.
I do so enjoy going out with everyone like this.
I would appreciate it, though, if you actually added me to the party so I could do something.
Although I thought we were in the middle of a mission to save Boss from the underworld. Whatever became of that?
Eh. What's that creature down there to the right?
I think it's a fairy. It's a fairy.
Oh, okay, never
We're
mind.
here
I
for
thought
the
it was a pile of
shrooms.
bones.
Nope. There, we need dream mushrooms. We need a lot of dream mushrooms. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's an easy way to get large of them. I guess there's your pile of bones that you were talking about.
It was just, it rendered you in, well, it gave you an animal hide.
Bam! Oh, nope. They sensed my aggression. I'm just going to sit here and press B.
So, judging from when the Clint Kingdom was still around, that would make Lila at least a couple hundred years old.
Correct. Same thing with Empel, apparently.
But I thought that he was perhaps he was extending his life with alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
He also looks very tired. Do you notice when they do close-ups of him how it looks like he has bags under his eyes?
Yeah, probably the assumption is humans are not supposed to live nearly as long as they do.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Empel has, which is probably weighing on the poor guy.
And I wonder if he really sustained an injury, which is what rendered his arm useless, or if he sacrificed it, like the ability to use it to extend his life. Ooh, wouldn't that be a cruel kind of equivalent exchange?
A cool trade-off? I mean...
if you just start losing functionality in parts of your body, but you extend your life.
I think for him it's entirely worth it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think of it this way...
He might see himself as responsible for helping the gates, like, aiding in the creation of the gates, and then feels
I'm assuming
responsible.
he's, like, the prince or the king of the Clint Kingdom.
I would have thought that he would have just been one of the chief alchemists that helped create the gates, and he wants to help seal them to remedy the situation with Lila and her world.
Alright, ish. What? Oh. Ish. Spikies. Sawfish.
This place is very amber.
It's very orange. I mean, these crystals are harvestable for amber, so...
Oh, okay.
Or
Now,
not
if you
these
notice,
ones.
if you go back to the water, can you go back to the water for a moment?
Eh.
Never mind. Ambush. I was about to say that if you look at the leaves that are floating on the surface of the water, they're the Japanese maple variety
Yeah.
of leaf. Which makes sense because Japanese maples are
Well, this is
a
the
deep
Maple
red.
Delta.
And a maple delta.
Anime Delta. So, we should put together a JRPG bucket list of some sort.
JRPG bucket list?
Yeah. Because there's a stupid amount of JRPGs that I think both of us would probably like to get through. I feel like it would not be a bad idea to actually have, like, some idea of them going in.
What? Bomb Dragoon? It's a tiny little dragonfly. Well then.
Because, yeah, I don't know. There we go. This is the specific amber stuff that I can harvest, I think.
Oh, that one. That rock right there.
Well, I got him instead.
Yep.
So what are some JRPGs that you'd like to play at some point? Because I think the next one that I'm really gunning for is Tales of Vesperia.
Well, so I remember back in the day when GameCube had come out, I believe the one game that I had wanted to get for it was, well, there was Crystal Chronicles.
Yes.
But then there was also, yeah, Tales of Symphonia, which I remember there being a lot of advertisements for it, and well, let's see. The characters just look very charming and such. But the problem is, because we had the Nintendo 64 and then skipped to the Wii, and my friends were the ones that had PlayStations and Xboxes. And as I said before, it's hilarious, but my male friends all had Xboxes and my female friends had PlayStations, specifically so that they could play JRPGs like Final Fantasy. But I never actually got around to really investigating what ones I'd like to play because I didn't have the correct system to play them. Everything I played was either on the Nintendo 64 or the Wii or the PC, and I would actually consider myself to have been more of a PC gamer pretty much through late middle school and early high school. And JRPGs, as far as I know, they weren't really released on the PC back then.
Not for a while, no.
It was definitely a PlayStation thing to do. Growing up, that's what it really boiled down to. I always saw the Xbox as a system for first-person shooters and war games and, you know, things of that nature, a lot of Western games.
It really
was. And then the PlayStation was the game system if you wanted to play Soul Calibur and yeah, the JRPGs and Final Fantasy games and such. There just seemed to be a delineation. And then with Nintendo, obviously the mainstays were the Nintendo characters and their IPs and their series. So you got Nintendo if you wanted to play Mario games, Yoshi, Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Kirby, Donkey Kong, etc. But it wasn't until really the last couple of years that we've started to see these games go cross-system, cross-platform, and even be released for the PC, whereas they normally would have been exclusive to consoles.
Yeah, I think it started... I'm just going to blame Square Enix for this one, but it's probably multiple other companies, but They realize that PC is a platform that gets really consistent sales.
Well, the thing is, everyone in this day and age has a PC. You need one for checking your emails, using applications.
Beyond that, though, like, you don't need to port from, say... Oh, shoot. You don't need to port from the one version of a PC to the next, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like,
because with every new game console, there's going to be... don't they essentially have a new infrastructure? And
pretty much,
operating system to an extent?
Yeah, so, like, it's really hard to port from PS3 to PS4.
I was so naive. I always thought, hey, if it has the same control scheme, it should work, right?
Yeah, no. It's getting easier. I think a lot of developers and publishers and platform creators are starting to realize that exclusives are not super popular anymore. And
it's better just to spread everything out across all the systems so people can get them where they want. The thing is, the reason why, at the same time, Nintendo isn't going to cough up their exclusives.
No, and Nintendo never will. I had somebody that was furious in our Fire Emblem playthrough, specifically. Because Fire Emblem wasn't on PC. And they were, like, accusing... They had some particularly choice words for Nintendo. And were slinging them at me for some reason, like I was a spokesperson. But they were really mad that...
Well, you know, they're angry with you because you're the consumer and you've chosen to buy Nintendo systems and Nintendo games.
It wasn't that they were mad that I specifically was choosing to play a Nintendo game. It's just they were mad at Nintendo for not putting their games...
Well, they were probably watching you because they couldn't get the game.
Yeah. It was just super baffling because they're like, how dare they? Don't they realize how much of a market they're missing? It went for a while, but like, yeah, Nintendo will never give up their exclusives.
At the same time, they're hoping that people will buy Nintendo systems.
And
quite frankly, with things like the Ring Fit Adventure, I mean, I don't...
Yeah, it'll take a lot for me to not buy Nintendo products. Just because.
And... for me, having grown up with exclusively Nintendo systems, with the exception of the Atari, which was my father's and ancient, but the only consoles that my family has ever owned are Nintendo consoles, so...
Chocolate, me.
Chocolate? Which type of chocolate?
Let's go assorted. I don't want a nut bit.
Right.
Just pick a random one.
We'll pick a random one. Let's see what he'll get. You have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate. Is there caramel in this too?
Yeah.
And then the super dark chocolate, which was funny because I remember back when they said it was going to be for a limited...
Super dark?
I got you a super dark.
Super dark.
I want a super dark. There we go. You know what? I miss doing this, but before we ate these, I should have done my counting. I always like statistically to see what the distribution of flavors are in combo packs, because I'm intrigued to find out that, you know, over the course of buying a number of them, if they actually do stock a certain flavor more so than others, or if it's really up to chance.
What is the combo pack? We bought a bunch of lint truffles,
Lint
and it's
truffles.
just a variety pack.
Nom, nom, nom. I think they're like Lint Lindor.
But yeah, we've been low on chocolate lately. I think fast food for some reason. Shell and I have pretty much given up eating fast food. Almost entirely.
I do a lot of cooking, and also fast food is just subpar compared to either things that we make or restaurants that we go to.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like fast food got expensive since the early 2000s. And it's kind of one of those where, like, at this point, we could go to McDonald's and have a meal for what, 20 bucks? A little bit?
But
I
the
mean,
thing
it really
is,
depends on what we get.
we
but
could
still.
get some ground turkey, and I make excellent turkey burgers.
Or, like, we could go to the Indian buffet down the road, which would cost 20 bucks.
Oh, yeah. And it has an insane variety, and we love every bit of it, pretty much.
Let's see, have we settled into the new place? Yeah, for the most part. I think there's still a couple of things that, like, will get to us from time to time.
It seems like much of our street is comprised of rental houses. So we've seen a number of people come and go, and they always bring with them new issues. There's a group of people that live nearby that have nothing but Hummers and trucks. And some of them have very bad mufflers. And they rev their engines at 2 o'clock in the morning? What are you guys doing? And then they have like little truck conventions out there. I just don't get it. But their bumper stickers also tell you an awful lot about them. Oof. Very angry people.
You know, when somebody just has, like, a screw you bumper sticker, I usually assume they're kind of a nasty person. And I want nothing to do with them.
Precisely. And for the most part, the barking dog business has been abated. Thank goodness. Part of what's contributing to that, though, is we do have a number of rainy days now.
Yeah, the winters around here are super wet, which is lovely.
And yeah, the planes seem to have rerouted their course. So we've been getting less...
Yeah, when we first moved in, they had a flight plan that more or less went directly above our house.
A couple houses above us, but yeah.
And so it was...
But there are a lot of students that take classes at the airport, so...
We'll find out if it's... they've just completely moved, or if it's just for the season. So you've met the Oregon rednecks. Yep.
Yep.
And honestly, like, I've
think
seen worse.
One
but
guy had a truck, and it had a bumper sticker that said, "I identify as a Prius." That's just insulting.
That's like, at least that one's kind of a dumb joke as opposed to something mean-spirited.
But
it definitely
they
does
know
make me
that they're
think
not.
less of them.
A Prius is a small hybrid vehicle.
Like, I definitely saw one bumper sticker that implied that, like, they would shoot you if you rode their bumper too close or something like that. Which is a little weird.
I think we've seen a couple of truck testicles, haven't we?
Yeah, we've seen truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
That's what they are. I'll admit, saying truck nuts sounds kind of fun, but, like, eh. I tried very hard not to be a judgmental person. It's really hard sometimes.
Well, it's all mean-spirited.
Yeah.
So, and they're plastering that on their vehicles to force you to read it, in a way.
I guess a lot of these people do actually want you to think, man, this person is kind of a dick, and they celebrate it. And that's a shame.
They relish it.
Okay, so now we can actually properly explore this area.
But no, it's an interesting dichotomy.
It's too funny to possibly consider it a symbol of masculinity. Yeah. Honestly, we have a lot of lifted trucks around here, too.
Oh, they look like monster trucks.
They look hilariously stupid.
I refer to them as monster trucks. And
Except for monster trucks are actually built well. These things, like...
What? No, monster trucks are flimsy as all get out. Have you ever seen them flip over in those commercials for...
I've been to a truck rally.
You went to a truck rally? Oh, gosh.
There was not a whole lot to do when we were in New Mexico. And
well, I suppose New Mexico has a lot of flat, open land to host.
And so we had rodeos.
Events.
We had some rodeos. We had one monster truck rally. We only went once, and it was kind of boring. There was a lot of loud people, a lot of drinking, a lot of rude people. And, like, say what you want about monster trucks, but they're at least the ones for rallies, they're built to, like, go over cars and run into things to some degree. You know,
Didn't
they
they
don't
also
just
have
float.
battles where they would bash into each other or something ridiculous?
Not kinda. At least the one I went to, it was mostly just like doing jumps and.
Mm-hmm. But no, they're just. And the thing is, I can understand someone having a pickup truck if they need to haul things for. Let's go say they have a big RV, or maybe they do a lot of lawn work and such, and they need to transport things. But when you just see these fully chromed out,
yeah, when it's very
pristine,
clear the truck has never been used.
It's just a vanity piece at that point.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for people that.
Well, you have to feel bad for the people that live near that. I mean, we hear it every day.
Yeah.
They sound like motorcycles sometimes. But enough complaining about trucks, I suppose.
Well, I guess it sticks in my head because oftentimes those are the people that are the ones that specifically have told me to, like, get a job over the years. And I've always felt, like, weirdly bad.
What do you mean by bad?
I don't know.
A heavy worm. Oh, it's so cute.
I guess that somebody is so... I don't know, values those things. Aha! Turns out the bug net's really quick on the draw.
Yeah, people are right about the environmental impact being horrible. The only way that they're going to dissuade people from purchasing them is by taxing or fining.
Oh, absolutely.
It's what they did with cigarettes and other things.
And smoking is down.
As it should be.
Honestly, it should be taxed more.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people like smoking, but just like, we need to phase it out. It does nothing for anybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a proven killer, and I would quite frankly question anyone that still does it.
Yeah. At least with like drinking and stuff, there's some pretty good drinks. Like, I could honestly deal without the alcohol content. But, like, my mead downstairs is super good.
At the same time, if it's just about flavor, you could probably find a non-alcoholic alternative.
I've tried, though. Nordic countries tax at a rate of 70% for cigarettes and stuff? Or, no, just tax everything at a rate of 70%. But everything's taken care of. Yeah. We were kind of talking about that earlier. I would love to live in a country that more or less made it so that I would never be rich, but boy, I would never have to worry about anything.
Well, healthcare in particular.
Healthcare, education, the environment, civic works.
Because I think there was a study done that shows that I forget, it was an astronomical percentage, but so many Americans every year go bankrupt because of medical costs.
Oh boy. I mean, my aunt, when she got hit in the head by the horse, she went bankrupt at least twice from all of the bills. And now she got, it's not Lyme disease, it's one of the other autoimmune disorders that you get from ticks. And so she's got that now, so she's super in debt again.
People are saying in chat that people smoke because it calms nerves. The problem is that it creates a dependence, and then the nicotine forces you to use it more.
Yeah,
just to take
that's the
edge
horrid
off.
trap of smoking is that it calms your nerves for the first like maybe month.
And we don't know because we've never experienced it, but it's one of those things where it's actually They say that it likens to people who drink coffee a lot. I don't personally drink coffee,
so loud?
but people start to form a dependence on it to the point where if they don't have it, then they get antsy and they get nervous and they get jitters and they...
I must have broke something when I was recording with my brother.
Wait, what happened?
Because everything is just stupid loud.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's not. I mean, it's obviously not your fault. I'm just looking over the meters. I have this game turned out to nothing, and it's still blasting, which means whatever I did earlier just like made things stupid loud. Or Discord did it. I don't know. Yeah, did the sound reset? No, it didn't. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm doing sometimes when I'm doing like tech support or switching anything around, it straight up is like, oh, damn it. I didn't actually click back in the game. Sometimes when I'm messing around with settings, like if I have to get it set up so I can record another person for TeamSpeak or whatnot, it'll like switch around my settings and make everything like blast your ears loud. And you know, frog in a pot, you know, I don't have to worry about the like hearing myself over the audio, so I don't notice until everybody's like, it's so loud, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's slightly less bad. A lot of the problem is also sound effects. I don't mind sound effects in games, but they're always so loud. I don't know why. Oh.
Yeah, people
This never got saved. I might... Okay, there we go.
Mentioning diabetes. Yeah,
Ooh.
diabetes is... The thing is, what was it? Companies are the ones that are deciding how much they want to charge, and they charge for far more than what the cost to create it is. Like the insulin and such. Wait, were you just attacking the air there?
Yeah, because the enemies had moved forward to attack. I feel like anything that is beyond your personal control shouldn't cost you anything.
Yeah, because especially that's autoimmune and such.
Like, I could kind of understand a twisted argument for, like, you've got the diabetes you get from being wildly overweight. You know, you should probably shoulder that burden. But, like, born with it? No.
And then also, yeah, it's very difficult for people to get insurance when they have a pre-existing condition and such, because they're a liability and will likely be more costly to the company. It's like, when did healthcare become an enterprise?
The person on the news that you heard died because he couldn't afford insulin. Oh, that's common. That's not just a single person. That is many.
I've heard of instances of people rationing with, you know, other friends that have the same conditions and...
Oh, hey, there's a Felucia.
Felucia? Ah, it's rainbow colored.
Yeah, there was a guy a couple months back, I know, that specifically had been rationing insulin specifically to save for his wedding, and died. And that was terrifying, because he wasn't even that young. He was like our age. Or he wasn't that old. He was like our age or younger. And it's just like, that's just awful. Dark General. You know, I gotta be honest. I want to switch topics a little bit.
Yeah, we've started to go into an awful lot of real life.
We're in depressed mode because of Halo Reach.
Yep.
But, like, the Felucia look kind of cute. They just look like walking resource bugs, you know?
Whoa.
That's a lot of bright flashing. And
that was capoeira right there.
That was.
Beast shell.
Okay, so wanted to go back to previous topic before we got...
So we were talking about JRPGs.
Yeah, bucket list of JRPGs.
And how did we get to... We were talking about game consoles, and then we were... Oh, I think someone had mentioned how it was living around here, if we had gotten acclimated to having moved in and such. And then we got to talking about the trucks, and then we got to talking about people's mentalities on
Yeah.
things. And then, okay, it sort of looped around. But yes.
It's very hard not to be political nowadays. And, like, I try hard not to. I was playing a game called Mosaic that is just like, hey, here's a corporate dystopia that's the end result of our current, like, socioeconomic situation. And boy, it's depressing. Anyway, so I wanted to just ask for JRPGs, because I want to get a short list of, like, cool JRPGs we should focus on. Because, I'm going to be honest, I've been a lot happier having, like, a really chill game to play every evening than... then I don't know.
Well, also, I think it's necessary to have feel-good games.
Yeah. This music here is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be feel-good. I just want games that, like,
Well,
don't tax me.
part of the reason why I play video games is so that I can explore and experience another world that just has... Oop. Cutscene? Did we find... Wait, a huge bonfire. Oh, there's boss. Ah! Hey, there's boss!
You're right. Is he still alive?
I mean, he's sitting upright. He looks okay.
What? What the heck are you guys doing here? Don't give me that. We're here to rescue you. Who asked you to do that?
What do you mean, who asked us? We all know you did this to try to prove yourself to us. You haven't changed one bit since back then.
Well, neither of you. Wait, did you see Lumber on the way here? It's okay. We ran into him and told him to get somewhere safe. Oh, okay. Huh. Guess you did that much right. Bare minimum for any good boss. Thank goodness you didn't beat that Felucia. We'd hate to think you were better than us. Right.
You know, I was really worried about you.
Oh, who is that? Is it some creepy
It's definitely
lady?
a girl.
Yep.
Boss, are these friends of yours?
Oh, she's so creepy.
Who are you?
And also, where are we?
This is our base of operations. A Felucia attacked him, and I came to his rescue.
Thank you for saving this boy. I am Lila Desirus. Or Desirus? I think it's
Yeah.
Desirus. Desirus of the White Fang clan. White Fang clan.
I had no idea there were any survivors of that brave clan. I am Kilo Shinis of the Soul Speaker clan.
Elo Sheenus. Or Shyness?
Kilo shines!
Or Kilo Shiness. Shiness might sound... Is it... Yeah, it's probably Kilo rather than Kilo. Kilo Shiness. That sounds right.
Kilo's been here fighting the Felucia all by herself.
I exist to risk my life for the things I believe in. Anyone would do the same.
What is this place, Lila? It's nothing like the other places that the gates lead to.
This is the water source that keeps the entire forest fertile. I had no idea there was a gate nearby.
Water source, but I don't see any water. It looks bone dry to me. That's a sad tale. Several hundred years ago, this place was lush and green. That was before the invasion. The Felucia, you mean? No, the humans of Clint Kingdom who came pouring through the gate.
Huh?
They opened gates to new lands in search of fresh resources. This place was already was exactly what they were looking for. You remember the story of the kingdom's downfall?
They create a gateway in order to connect to another world and collect rare resources.
And the kingdom prospered.
So they created more gates until the Felucia overwhelmed them, right?
Right. One such resource is scattered across this land. Many crystals with purity far beyond any fairy stone. Crystals are very rare, and their abundant water here made the land difficult to mine without flooding. So the Clink Kingdom found a way to siphon away all the water. But how is that even possible? Very likely they used alchemy to do it, though I'm unfamiliar with the exact process. I was thinking they would have just sunk a portal.
Mm-hmm. So that the water would keep pouring out of it.
I've heard stories that the kingdom appeared and sucked all the water into a vortex of white and blue.
A vortex of white and blue? I'd not heard that before. Could blue and white be related to some alchemy-based artifact? At any rate, the water disappeared and the kingdom began mining the land at will.
But they would pay a high price for it. Led by their ravaging queen, the Felucia swarm crossed the dried-up riverbeds. In the blink of an eye, the Clint Kingdom was devoured, but the waters never returned.
If Kilo heard right, the ancient artifact was likely taken away. The water may still be trapped within it. You can't be serious.
The Felucia colonized our land, and only a few injured Orin remained.
Oh, the water that his father has access to? That he rations out?
Yep. It's what comes from this. Yep.
But we continued to fight. They had defiled it, but we vowed to take it back and return it to glory. But a few decades ago, even the White Fang clan...
Every time I say White Fang, it makes me want to say Clang after the White Fang clan. There we go.
Even the White Fang clan finally fell. I was severely injured and was forced to flee.
She made her way to one of the gates and came to our world, which led to our encounter.
And that's when you started traveling together to seal away all the gates you could find? That's right. I want to seal the gates and cut them off at the source. I swore to help my people, but... I'm sorry. You are my comrade, but I failed to assist you in your brave resistance. You owe me no apology. You are still fulfilling your oath as an Orin, in your own way. I respect your choice. For now, please take Boss back with you. I cannot fight at my fullest while also keeping him safe.
Sorry.
No, my intent is not to place blame. This isn't your fight. You must go back.
No, that's not what I mean.
Hmm?
You see, I know where this white and blue vortex is. I've seen it in my own home.
What? What do you mean?
We've hidden it away. It's the village's water source. Water never stops flowing from it. Based on what you've said, there's no doubt that it came from here.
So, the water that your family lords over our village, it was stolen from here? Everyone seems lost in thought, which is completely understandable.
What is happening with her hair?
I think she's hunched over, but it's floating. I don't know. There's definitely a breeze. It's if you notice, it's twitching her bangs, but who knows? Yeah, I think we're all just scared. It's becoming clear exactly what we're dealing with. Listen, Boss, even if that device is what you think it isn't your fault. Don't blame yourself.
I know. I mean, I guess I do. Do you know of some way we can return the water to your land? If so, I could...
Forget it, Empel. If you try to shoulder this burden yourself, it'll crush you under its weight.
The underworld, the Felucia, the Clint Kingdom, and the Orin, and now the water and the ancient artifact. We're just trying to find Boss and bring him back, but now I can't keep up with all this stuff.
Huh? Wadia?
What are you doing?
It's so beautiful. I've never heard such a sound. Empel, now's a good time to just sit back, relax, and listen for a bit.
Did I really seem that tense? So this is what Claudia's flute sounds like. I'm glad I finally got to hear it.
Thank you so much for a wonderful gift. To show my appreciation, let me escort you to the gate. Thank you. I'd like that.
Here you go.
Yeah. Mildly distracted. Neo in chat was talking about Breath of Fire 4 and how he'd like us to play it at some point.
Breath of Fire?
Yeah, and he brought up the fact that it was actually published on PC. And so I actually wanted to look it up specifically.
Is Breath of Fire a game with dragons in it?
Yeah, we can talk about that in a second.
Ah.
You need to get stronger, so you won't get yourself hurt next time you come here.
Is that your way of telling me not to cause you so much trouble?
Perhaps. Now, hold out your hand.
What is this?
Some kind of jewel?
It's a badge, given only to those warriors who defeat a Felucia. I hope it may grant you strength.
Kilo, somehow, I'll repay you for saving me. I'll bring your water back to you somehow. Please, just wait.
If you say it will be so, I believe you.
I didn't miss anything, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Philoshiness, I'm sorry I cannot stay and join your fight, but I will at least try to achieve my goal quickly. The nearest colony is nearly destroyed. A new swarm will come from the Queen's castle. I will rest until then.
The Queen's castle?
To the north. The Clint Kingdom was based there, and then the Ravager Queen made it her home.
So, if we can destroy that, we can prevent another invasion. Not that we stand a chance right now.
Exactly. We can't do anything reckless now. We have other priorities right now.
Of course. We need to see for ourselves if the boy is right about the Clint Kingdom artifact.
Just leave that to me. I'll make sure to give you that opportunity myself, I swear. Look at this guy acting all high and mighty again.
Oh, come on, don't tease him. Anyway, I guess this is goodbye for now. Until we meet again. That's right.
I can't wait to get back to our own world.
May the sun bless you, and the moon guide you.
It's so bright and hot. But this is definitely the sky I remember.
Yeah, we weren't gone all that long. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I thought I saw Tao's mouth moving. Yeah, we weren't gone all that long, but it sure feels nice to be home. None of the Felucia followed us back, did they?
Not as far as I can tell.
I'd really like to do a proper investigation of these ruins, but I suppose that'll have to wait.
Boy,
That was one heck of an adventure.
How can you act so carefree? You realize this isn't a game anymore, right?
of course.
Well, we should say what we feel, right? I wouldn't want things to get awkward again.
Again? As if it ever stopped being awkward. Well, at least we're able to talk to each other a little bit. I'm not really sure how that happened.
I guess we're still just in the middle of fighting, like Claudia said.
Ryza.
Well, you know, for the time being, I really like it if you stop teasing me. I don't intend to do that ever again. Today I met someone who's stronger than anyone I've ever met, despite being all alone, so... Uh-huh, I see. I'm just saying, I really respect her.
And I guess she respects you too. She must think you're really brave to stick with us all this way. She went all over the underworld, showing you the way.
Brave. From now on, I want to actually show that bravery. As a Bruna, no, as myself. Okay, save that all for later. We're still right next to the gate. The Felucia could pop out in any second. Oh, that's true. Okay, let's go. Good grief, will these children never learn? I mean, Ampel, we've, like, just been killing Felucia left and right. At what point is this actually going to dawn on you that we might be capable of dealing with them? Okay. What did CC stand for? Oh, core level. Maybe?
Oh.
Yeah, reduces CC cost.
You're all full of hiccups. What's going on? What's going on with you?
Yeah.
Probably because you have really poor posture right now, and your diaphragm is spasming. Wander has put his duck face on.
It is the only thing that protects me. Let's see. But anyway, so you've never heard of Breath of Fire at all?
I've heard of it, but the only thing that comes to mind is just a dragon.
Yeah, so Breath of Fire is actually probably one of my favorite JRPGs. Though I've only played Breath of Fire 2. Breath of Fire 3, if I'm not mistaken, is... can somebody back me up on this? Is Breath of the Fire 3 the one where you specifically are playing as the whelp in the beginning of the game?
A whelp?
Yeah.
As a dragon whelp?
Yep.
Wait, so are you a dragon the entire time, or are you bound to
Sort
a
of.
human, or are you...
Yeah, you're whelp at the beginning.
Are you
Okay,
a human
so
dragon?
I'm gonna spoil the beginning.
Human dragon.
Because it's not that
Transforming
much of a
dragon.
spoiler. So, Breath of Fire 3 starts with you being like a baby dragon that gets unearthed in a mine. I think you were in like a crystal or something. And the miners are straight up like trying to kill you, so you're this just rampaging baby dragon while everybody wants to see you dead. Or capture you and sell you. I'm not entirely sure. But all I remember is that it was just wild for me, having never really played JRPGs before. Playing this game where effectively I'm I'm just like a rogue baby dragon on a mission to just wreck stuff. I never actually got further than that. Because effectively, I didn't own it. My neighbor did, across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the only one out of the entire, like, neighborhood with the PlayStation. Everybody else had Dreamcasts or GameCubes.
Mm-hmm.
And so nobody... Oh, hey. I need this. Nobody that I knew owned... Nobody that I knew owned a PS... this is... wasteful.
Ooh. Energionica.
I think it's a use item.
It's a harmonica.
I gotta figure out where the material is. But yeah, nobody owned a PS1 except for this one singular neighbor. So we'd actually go out of our way to hang out at his place and watch him play PS1 games. So he had Breath of Fire 3, which was awesome. And
Wait a minute.
he also had...
But are these JRPGs? I just remember that there was a PC game that I always ogled at where you could choose to be a red dragon, a green dragon, or a blue dragon, and you torch towns and stuff.
That's most definitely not Breath of Fire.
Okay.
You are kind of correct. As there are very specifically dragon forms that you can take.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you can actually look like a bunch of different dragons over the way. I know in Breath of Fire 2, there's like things that you could do. You could like combine souls or something. I forget. That would change what dragon you would turn into. But I actually have not played any of the I've not actually played any of them to completion. I got to the end of Breath of the Fire 2 where you like find out where your mother is from. At which point the game got stupidly hard and I could never like clear it, and so I just never did.
Mm-hmm.
Which was frustrating.
So is our aim to go back to the mansion?
Yeah, sort of. I had to go back and grab... I think it's this. Yep, here we go. No, that ain't it. Maybe I'm supposed to use an axe. I don't remember where these pillars are common. I just remember they were
there's
here.
The land shark. We don't need to face him again.
I can't. No. I don't need to face the land shark a second time. It's the lower waterway. We want to go up. It was more like a Final Fantasy summon. 4 was like Dante's Devil Trigger. Okay.
Ah. Why? So you could briefly turn into a dragon and torch things,
There
but then
we
you'd
go.
revert
That's
back to being a
4.
human?
Yeah.
What did the character look like?
I think almost always you're like a youth with blue hair.
Oh. Okay.
Like I think it's almost like a rule in Breath of Fire that the protagonist has a
Has blue hair.
yeah, has blue hair. Oh,
Are you always a blue dragon?
No. I don't think so. But your color changes depending on different circumstances.
Of course he'd be named Ryu.
Is it Ryu in every single one too?
I mean, yeah. Ryu literally means dragon, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I forget. But yeah, the Breath of Fire series, as far as like actual proper retro JRPGs, Breath of Fire is probably top of the list of the ones that I want to go back to. Because we played Phantasy Star recently, and it was decidedly okay. And I'd like to... I would like to give Breath of Fire specifically a shot. Let's see, which Phantasy Star? First Departure R, the most recent release on PS4 and Switch. We only played it for about 2 hours before we were kind of like, we actually don't like this game that much, and stopped. It seemed like it had some neat ideas, but just the pacing and...
The pacing and the writing.
Yeah,
little
it was
cringeworthy.
rough. It definitely was showing its age that some other older JRPGs don't. Oh, isn't that Star Ocean? Yeah, sorry, Star Ocean, not Phantasy Star. I get the two confused because
they have a similar aesthetic.
Well, yeah, they're both very heavy sci-fantasy. Sorry, brain. Oh, I did create 6. So I guess we are making more than usual now. I wonder why. Let's see. Shell, you were apparently thinking of Eye of the Dragon?
Eye of the Dragon. Okay. I just remember it must have been released around the same time as Guild Wars 1. Because they would always be on the same rack as one another. At Best Buy or FYE or something. So when did that come out then?
Guild Wars 1?
Yeah. Was that 2006? 2008?
Guild Wars 1...
Really? 2005?
Yeah, it was 2005, yeah.
Yikes. That's a long time ago.
Let's see.
It's going to be hilarious when we get on 10, 20 years from now and people won't remember what a VHS tape was.
I mean,
much less a record.
Most people haven't seen a VHS tape in years. I certainly haven't.
Hey, we have a whole library's worth of VHS tapes at our house.
It's certainly not something I go out of my way.
Cassettes, old flip phones. What else? I mean, quality action figures. The 90s had the best action figures.
There are still some good ones.
Highly debatable.
Figurines have definitely gone up in quality.
No, figurines have gone way down in quality. Have you ever seen what's in the toy aisles at Target?
Well, I'm talking like collector statues.
No, collector statues and figurines, yeah, sure. They're better. But if you look at the toys that are available for, say, Transformers or Star Wars and stuff, ew, no, terrible. Quality's gone way down.
Let's see. So we cannot make the Genesis Stone.
Yeah, that's something my family's gonna have to do. We're gonna have to transfer all our VHS tapes of family gatherings and such to DVD, or then maybe from DVD to digital format, because the sad thing about cassette tapes is that eventually the magnetic, well, the tape that keeps all the imagery there, it's just going to...
My mother was kind of trying to hire me to do that. It doesn't work great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mixed.
Well, at this rate, couldn't you play it on a TV and somehow capture it on a connected PC
you know, that's
or something?
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You need the right hookup, though.
Right.
And getting that correct hookup would be hard.
But yeah, so the tapes eventually degrade over time. Which is sad.
More like figures for younger kids have gone down in quality. Many of them are for exposed and sort of arms swing. Well, I think it's because they realized a lot of kids probably don't care as much. Also, I'm pretty sure that
the quality of the plastic has gone down and the connections and such.
Well, there's that. A lot of toys are specifically manufactured only in China now. I know back in the day, it was a little bit more mixed bag. The other thing is they just have to compete with video games, and that's actually really hard. Like, it's really difficult to beat video games.
I wonder how much creativity that's sucking out of people's, make-believe or pretend play. Oh, wow.
Well done bringing back my boy. I don't know what I would have done without my precious heir. Stop it, father. You're embarrassing me. Lumbar, I'm glad to see you. I'm sorry, boss. If you hadn't drawn those monsters away, I'd be dead for sure. Yes, I'd expect no less from a prudent man. Oh, I'm so glad you're safe.
He sure is taking it easy on Boss, considering he basically just ran away.
In this case, I'd say it's okay. Oh, by the way, Moritz, boss. Oh, yes. What is it, alchemist? May I assume that the baseless accusations made against me at the assembly have been dismissed? Yes, well, it seems there really was a sea monster, and, boss? I fully admit that I was mistaken in accusing you. Well then, there we go, that settles it. It was a simple misunderstanding, and so... Well, I'm glad that's been cleared up. Now then, let's discuss my reward for returning your son to you. Huh? I believe I've come up with a fair and proper amount for saving his life. What do you think? This is quite... Are you sure you didn't add an extra 0 here completely by accident, of course? No, I don't believe I did. After all, we're talking about our most precious heir here. That's certainly true, but... Ryza, give me some time, then bring the others back to the room around back. It's the one with the big rock.
Lock.
Oh, big lock, sorry. I'm not allowed inside, but I'll try to find a way to unlock it. Give me, let's say, 3 days.
3 days?
Time for grinding!
Okay. I'll look for a good opportunity to sneak in.
Good. Just be sure nobody sees you. Oh, wait 3 days.
Wait 3 days?
Right. What do we do?
There's actually a number of areas that you haven't seen in all
A number
locations.
of these require the wing boots or whatever they're called.
Oh, you're right.
Here, can I have a little bit more blanket?
Sure.
Thank
and
you.
we still haven't gotten to that tower.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Or the weird circle with the 4 pillars.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything here. Definitely here. And definitely a weird road up to this tower.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let's just go back to the atelier for a bit. Let me see. Golden Sun would be another pretty good, like, retro JRPG to play.
Mm-hmm. What's a slime doing here?
Well,
Rapuni.
hey, monsters aren't supposed to get in here. Be able to get in here. Oh, that was true until now, I guess. But it's just a harmless little poonie.
Oh, look. The cheeks actually are dimensionally curved and everything on the outside. Oh, it notices that we saw it. Pony.
Huh? What's wrong? Are you hungry?
Yeah, probably. Here you go, little guy. Eat up. Pony.
Hey, don't start feeding it. It'll never leave if you do.
So, what's wrong with that? You can't just let it starve, you know. It turned into a green pony.
Ryza, look behind you.
Behind me? Uh-huh. A green pony? But what happened to the other one? Pony? Huh? Pony? Pony?
Oh, so it's temporary.
Huh. It's back.
Maybe if they give him nothing but vegetation, he'll turn into a green pony, and if they give him nothing but ore or metal, he'll turn into a silver or gold pony? Huh.
Mm-hmm. What's up with this weird thing? Well, at least it's not attacking us. We should probably go set it free in the forest somewhere.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, it's settled. We're gonna start taking care of it together.
Huh? What are you saying? In case you forgot, this is a monster we're talking about here.
So what? This monster is just a tiny little pony. It seems tame, and I think it'll be fun.
Okay, just hold on. I don't really mind, but you better not get bored with it 2 seconds in.
I won't, I swear. Then it's settled. You're now an official member of the Atelier. Pony!
Pony has joined the party.
Oh,
Pony
Pony
companion.
companion. Talk to the Pony in order to feed it. Feeding it will increase the Pony's stats, and eventually it might even evolve. After feeding it several times, the Pony may decide to leave. When it returns, talk to it again and you might receive something nice. What, it'll just absorb something on its travels?
Okay, so what do we want to do?
Okay, we can feed it 3 times.
3 times today.
Oh, so it can increase mood, luster, or constitution?
Yeah. So I feel like the better the stuff we give it, the more stats go up, yeah?
Ooh, that's a nice one.
That's a pretty good pearl crystal.
Ah. Here you go.
I'm sure there's probably some kind of guide on how to min-max this sucker, but I think we're just gonna feed this pony nothing but pearls.
Ah, the Pony changed its appearance. This is Silver Pony. Wow, I can see my face in you. Silver Ponies are so shiny. Pony! Ah, my bangs are getting kind of curly. I better fix them. Okay, hold still. Pony? Just a little bit more. Huh? Aha! The back's curling too! Okay, face this way. Pony, pony! Oh, what about those? What are those little cakes? Oh.
I mean, actually, Pony jelly is pretty good.
Give Pony jelly? Isn't that cannibalism? Or is it just a jelly that looks like a pony?
I don't know. I think we make it with
Pony jelly. Uh-oh.
I do not have enough jams. We need to get some jams. Gem reduction. Sort by quality. What is bottom of the barrel
I'd
here?
like to make Jell-O again someday.
We
My
got
grandmother-
pudding stuff downstairs.
We have pudding, but we don't have Jell-O. My grandmother would always make red Jell-O for the holidays.
This might be excessive.
I don't really know what other Jell-O flavors I've had. I think I've had red, I've had orange, maybe green or blue. Yeah, I think I've had green before. I don't know about blue. Oh no, might have had blue before. People are saying handmade Jell-O or packet Jell-O. I think my family would always get packets. Otherwise, you'd have to buy your own gelatin and then sugar and what else would you have? Like dyes and such, flavoring, and then you'd have to mix it about.
Yeah. Not as fun. Ugh.
What are you doing?
Getting rid of anything below the quality of 40.
That's quite a number of gems that you're
We need
going to
them.
have.
We
Yep.
burn through them really fast. Oh wait, no. That's just her starting weapon. We can get rid of that freely. But yeah, I figure I don't know how much how many of these items we have even sitting around. But anything below quality 40 is not something we actually even want to hold on to some degree. So I figured I'd just get rid of all of them. The problem is, it takes a while to get through all this. Like a while. Really nice if I'd be able to just, like, hold it down or something.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, did you start
Not
getting...
these.
Yeah, those are your best items.
Yeah, these are my really good things. Alright. That should be good. Let's see. Wonder what Wander would think about Mobile Suit Saga. I've never played really any of the Gundam games, but I like the animes. Still gotta go back and watch Iron-Blooded Orphans and some of the other ones, but, like, even then, I don't know. I haven't been in a particularly big anime watching mood in ages. I haven't been in a big
We've been disappointed in a number of
mood.
things that we've started.
Like, I'm not against anime by any means. And I rather like watching it. I don't have time.
Huh. So you're trying to determine what you want inside the world?
Yeah, so there's common materials, and I think there will be rare materials that show up too. But I'm trying to pick... I'm trying to look for something specific.
With what combination of critters? Ooh, what's the pink pony?
You know, I don't know, actually.
Or is that just a red pony?
I haven't fought them before.
Ooh.
So, not against fighting those. There's a material that I was hoping I'd be able to find. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, just for pearls. I actually do not know where I got pearls from.
I mean, you pick up pearls from clams, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I actually... You're right. I do know where to get more of these. I think. Yeah, the oysters on the beach. A lot of materials I just kind of acquire. Well, there's one up here that was... Did this have... No, this did not have the pink ponies. Let's...
Yeah, it was up, like, one of those ones.
Let's see if I can get one that has resources I was looking for. I was really hoping we could have one with the gold and pink ponies. But I guess not. Alright. Let's see. Oh. I guess this'll do.
A sandstone bluff. Yeah, they might just be a red pony.
Maybe.
Yeah, red pony.
Yeah, it's a red pony. I don't know if we fought a red pony yet. Music is really good.
Woohoo! We're in a place with lava. Wait, did you get anything from it?
Not that one.
Oh.
I'm gonna up the music a little bit. I know people are saying it was kind of loud. Oh, let's see, Oran Host Club is good. I watched enough of that to know it's not really my flavor. I had... So... Because we recently came back from my friend's wedding.
You can't smash that?
Nope. We came back from my friend's wedding, but she was super big into Oran Host Club. I like bagpipes. Not a whole lot of video games use bagpipes well. And admittedly, I think that's a synthetic bagpipe than a real thing, but
right.
I'm fine with it. I might have to straight up just listen to the soundtrack a little bit off stream at some point.
It's very cheery.
It's nice to listen to. Like, a lot of stuff is good.
But there's a sophistication to it.
Like, I kind of want to just listen to this song for a while. Unfortunately, as soon as battle's over, it stops. It's a bit of a tragedy. I have that problem with a lot of, like, instanced battles in these games. Where it's just like, here's some cool music.
And I like how they have different battle music for every zone and every area and such, because, at least I think they do, because in other games, it would be the same battle music, and you would get bored to death of it.
Well, that's part of the reason why I even bought DLC for Persona. Oh my god, why?
Can't you use the hammer?
Nope.
No?
They're not breakable.
What?
Seriously. Well, screw this place.
Why can't you access the other portions of it?
Because reasons?
What's out there even? The gold poonies?
Just
Or
more
just
resources. I don't get it. Well, we got resources, which I guess is kind of nice.
Has a day passed? How many more days need to pass
I have
before
no
we
idea.
can go back?
Insufficient amounts. We're just gonna wander around hitting things for a while. Because we converted everything into gems, we've probably run out of quite a lot of different resources. But that's okay too, I guess. Now, if we were to play a Final Fantasy game, which would you want? We're guaranteed to play... we're absolutely guaranteed to play Final Fantasy VII and Crystal Chronicles.
So...
Oh, hey, there's the music back. That's weird.
My friends always liked... Oh, what was it?
12?
8, 10, 12. I know that we had started playing 12, but we didn't get too far.
Did we? I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did. We played it together, or I watched
Oh,
you.
you're right. Back in college. Or
Well,
not
it
college,
was
just after graduation.
Just after graduation,
Yeah. 8, 9, and 10 were the best in your opinion. Nine seems
was
the most
cute.
interesting to me.
9 was cute.
I almost
from
wish,
what I've seen.
I almost wish they had specifically gone with the HD remake of 9 instead. 7 was cool, but 9 just felt magic, and it felt like the art did not do it justice.